Okay, once you've took the body off, it's just with 2 screws. You're left with the cam motor in the middle and 2 flywheels, along with goes off to 2 drive shafts on both sides of the motor. You've also got a little 2-pin connection, which is normal for the DC running lights. It's not far different from the 166 that I did, but again, if you want to put a lighting kit in, you'll need to remove these 2 cables inside here, but again we'll go on to that in part 2. So putting that to one side, in order to DCC this model, there's a couple of things that you'll need to do. You'll need to take out this capacitor here. It's no longer required when you DCC the locomotive, because it's not. There was a time when you'll get interference from antennas and aerials. This is why this was incorporated into the model. But now it's no longer required, so we'll be desoldering this on both sides of the motor. For the purposes of, just in case we just know what decoder I'm going to be using. Just get out of the box. Because this model has to be hardwired, I'm going to be using a Bachmann 8-pin decoder. I normally use Gauge Master 21 8-pin decoders, but I've got this one as a spare, so I'll be using this to attach to the motor and attach to the pickups. Now for this model, it's all-wheel drive, and it's got pickups on both axles. So there's pickups on this bogie and there's pickups on this bogie. All you'll need to do, if you look down inside there, you see that red cable. One side goes off to the rear bogie and the other side goes off to the front bogie. This little PCB here will be removed as it's no longer required. However, on the forward, but on just underneath it, you can see it with the camera, but there is a set of wires coming up from that assembly. If I remember rightly, these are for the lights. No, actually, disregard the correction. That is actually the pickups for the forward bogie. So left and right rail are on this, so we'll need to desolder it and remove that PCB. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, as you can see, I've now removed the PCB and it's no longer required. The next bit to do will be to remove the capacitor at the top, and then we'll have a look at where the wires will need to go for the decoder. Okay, be right back as quick as I can. Okay, I'm just turned the soldering iron on, and what we're desoldering is this little capacitor on the top, and you'll disconnect. You're going to be desoldering this connection here, and this is your disconnect this connection here as well. These 2 terminals on the top of the motor are your motor left and motor right terminals, so your grey and orange cables are going to be soldered to these connections in due course, and coming out from these 2, I think they're transistors, are the 2 wires for the pickups. This is where you'll have 2 wires going to the motor right, which is the red your pickups, and 2 black, which are your left rail pickups. Okay, I'll just desolder these and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.